What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we're going to be doing a breakdown of Tenya Iida. This is going to be my first kind of character breakdown and gameplay video. Iida is a character that I've had for a little while, but as you can see based off of his level, he's only level 50. He's my lowest level character. I don't use him nearly as much as Midoriya or Kirishima or Kaminari, even as much as like Uraraka or Mineta. Like those five kind of get used the most in my current roster. 4 or 5 kind of get used the most, and Sue and Iida kind of get sat on the bench a lot just because I haven't really found a reason to use them. Like I said, my top 4 to 5 are really solid, so I rarely ever have to like dig deep to use Iida. But here I'm just kind of going through his basic abilities. You can kind of see them on screen. And Iida's very interesting. I think he's very similar to Midoriya because obviously they're both considered speed class characters, and a lot of it is based around like a lot of Iida's kit is built around his combos and just kind of keeping his speed revved up, which again is very similar to Midoriya in that way, where Midoriya you want to keep his combo meter up so that you can do big damage with him, especially when you like deliver a smash or something like that. The difference though is that I feel like Iida takes a lot more skill to use. While Midoriya, it's really just keeping those hits, you know, constantly racking up. Because Iida has like, you know, his quirk with his built-in engines in his legs, it's really about ramping him up as like as if he was a car. You're really trying to get him to that top end speed so that he can start doing ridiculous combos at a ridiculous speed and doing ridiculous damage. And I thought Midoriya took a lot of skill to play when I was like first using him. Iida's on a whole nother level. And you're gonna kind of see that in this video when I jump into some gameplay. I'm gonna give you guys a warning right now. It's not the best gameplay. It's not perfect. I mess up a ton. Because again, while he's very similar to Midoriya, there is something that you have to know about timing and being able to be aggressive, but at the same time, you can't be so aggressive to where you're constantly taking unnecessary damage. Another thing to point out about Iida as I'm kind of wrapping up this portion about his abilities, Iida has the most hits in his basic combo on my current roster. He has 8 hits. Which definitely threw me off a ton in this video because I would probably cut his combo short by at least a good 2 to 3 hits. But right now we're gonna jump into like the basic training. I had already done this because I was looking for coins for All Might. But just to kind of show you the basic ramp up for Iida. So you're seeing, like I said, he has this 8-hit combo, so you're constantly trying to get as many hits in, and then you're gonna use your Q ability to save the speed that he's basically ramped up. And you can kind of see that in the bottom bar there where it's going up by a percentage. And as his percentage goes up, you'll notice 2 things. 1, his character starts moving a lot faster, and 2, the damage is definitely going to start ramping up. And honestly, I got to give a huge amount of kudos to the designers on this because, again, they've done a really good job of making these characters feel unique and different from one another, but still very true to their character from the anime. So at this point, I'm getting Iida ramped up pretty highly, and what I'm trying to do is get him to about 200% of his speed. And once I get there, I'm going to use the E ability and then follow that up with his R ability to basically do the big damage that I want to see. But at this point, like I said, you can see I'm up to like over 240 hits. He's moving a lot faster. Hit my Q, hit the R, and look at this damage. Right? Like 36,000. Iida's only level 50. He's only about 8,000. So that's pretty impressive. So now we're going to take Iida into a night op. I'm only going to take him into the second level one because, again, I'm not super comfortable or familiar with his playstyle, but I do want to give it a try and see how highly I can get him ramped up. I'm going to warn you guys right now, though, if you're an Iida expert, you might want to cover your eyes because this is by far not perfect gameplay at all. You guys are going to see I really had an issue managing his combo because, like I said, 8 hits is a lot. And secondly, I had a really hard time with his spacing. again, I play so much Midoriya where I'm used to using his Q ability to really like close the space, and Iida's does that a little bit, but not nearly as well as Midoriya. So I constantly struggled with that, and this is why I wasn't really able to get his speed ramped up, because you want to keep doing basic attacks to ramp his speed up, but then you have to hit the Q button to bank that speed, but then you immediately have to get back in there and start racking up more speed. Otherwise, you'll start all the way back over at 0%, which I do quite a bit. And because I wasn't able to constantly build up my speed and get the damage I wanted to, you're gonna see in this first match, I'm already like getting in trouble when it comes down to time. And eventually I just start pressing because I'm really just trying to be aggressive and not keep having to start over my combo meter and things like that, that eventually I'm just gonna time out. And that was frustrating to do because, again, I really like Iida. He's so similar to Midoriya where it's like I could see myself using him. However, the amount of skill and the amount of attention to detail that's required to keep him at a high level is a little frustrating. Because one simple mistake, one missed dodge, or if your spacing's too far off, you are basically starting from ground zero all the way over. So first round didn't go the way I wanted to. So let's try this again with my second attempt. And this time I'm getting a little bit better with my spacing, a little bit better with the combos and things like that. But you're still gonna see like I struggle with getting his speed up to a high enough amount to where, again, I'm doing the big damage that you saw me able to do in the training. But this time it's a lot better. I think I'm able to get up to at least like 70% speed and things like that. And even at 70% speed, like Iida's doing a good amount of damage. If you're able to get him over 50%, you're going to notice a huge difference in what he was doing before he hit 50%. But again, when you're doing, night ops or something like that, where you're, basically racing the clock, every second is precious. And so you really can't afford to, mess up and start all the way back over at 0%, just to have a chance at building back up to a decent percentage to where you can finish off the op without taking a ton of damage or without just failing the mission altogether. But this time, like I said, it was a little bit better. I was able to I basically settled at certain points where I was like, okay, if I'm just at this point, like, let's just do big damage and just get this over with. And like you said, as you can see, like, I just barely made it before I basically timed out again. So this was my second attempt. It was, like I said, better than my first because I at least able to finish the mission. But I went in here again, just trying again to really get the most out of Iida. Now, this by far is probably my best run with the character. And even in this run, I still don't get up to 200% speed, but I did a much better job than the previous times of, again, banking my speed, getting my spacing down right, and again, managing my aggressiveness, which are all three things you have to do when you're playing Iida. And so again, like knowing exactly how far away he's going to dodge, knowing exactly how far away he's going to roll away. And then with a villain like this, where again, he does a lot of like AoE type attacks. So you really can't just, stand in front of him. And like I said, when you get knocked down, like you only have, I think about like 3 seconds to pick your combo back up and start generating more speed again. And so getting knocked down again is a serious detriment to your progress with Iida. But if you're able to stay on your feet, if you're able to, again, keep your pace spacing down right, you'll do great. And eventually I'm able to get up to about, I think it's like 117% of his speed. And he's doing so much damage that I didn't even get to use my R ability to finish this villain off. So with all that said, at the end of the day, I'm really impressed with Iida. He's definitely somebody I plan on trying to figure out how to use. And if you have the time and if you think you have the skills to be able to master him, I would definitely recommend doing so, because the potential of knowing how to play him correctly is through the roof. Again, it's just going to take a lot of skill. It's going to take a lot of time, and you're going to have to play really, really well. So that's pretty much going to wrap up this video, guys. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of Iida. Let me know if you're an expert at playing Iida, if there's anything that you think I can improve on in my own gameplay of using him. And with all of that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces.